Your Excellency, we can take you down the line. Yes. And so each part, so here, as Glenn has mentioned, is a PCBA is put the main and the PCBA is put in. They have to put in some insulation because, of course, the PCB is very delicate. That's why we have the chips and circuitry on it. So they put some insulation against it. That's also the black you see here as the insulation. Then the next component they put in, the first one they put in is the camera. So as you can see, we have several cameras on the phone. Perhaps you can explain this camera. Okay. This how they work. Okay. So you put in the camera. Yep. Another camera comes in here, Your Excellency. Yes. Your Excellency, these are housing components, so to make sure that the PCB in particular is maintained in position. Next. Exactly. Next, we come now the screws. So now you've noticed we just place the pieces. Now we start fixing like the PCBA permanently onto the housing.
Oh, very good.
Then next comes up is the sub PCBA. This component, Your Excellency, has where the charger comes in and some circuitry, for example, on the voice and the audio. That then also has to be insulated because, again, it's going through the electrical circuitry.
So what is the turnover here in terms of hours? Every 8 hours?
We change the shifts every 8 hours. This, Your Excellency, is the connection between the PCBA and the main sub-PCBA and the main PCBA, particularly for carrying the charge. Some more screws. Some more screws, Your Excellency. Yeah.
Yes.
Than what they have seen in other countries. Almost equivalent.
Yes. The advantage with our human capital. That's why we must invest.
Absolutely.
I was even saying this morning. Yeah. The money we spend in our education is actually an investment.
Yes.
So that's how we get.
Yeah. Like the lady who was taking you through the testing. She studied economics.
Yes.
So I thought so that she has learned this from.
Okay. So, Your Excellency, we continue putting on the various parts. So we've put on the motor, you know what vibrates when your phone rings. We've put on So, Your Excellency, once he's clipped it, the gentleman here then now, that ridge, right, which hides it. So you can see now it's hidden within that ridge. It then comes up here. Moves the next level. So this is where the software parts start to kick in. So the ladies here now, and the gentleman now confirm visually okay. That the pieces are in the right place, the aerials in the right place, the screws are in the right place. Once she's satisfied visually, we'll check here. This is now where interesting.
Okay.
The gentleman can explain it. Okay. Then your Excellency, the process now moves more in towards the housing. So you can see the bottom housing is placed that's covering the sub-PCBA. The top housing that covers the PCBA comes here. And then your Excellency, we begin to screw them on tightly. So this is what the people are doing here. Your Excellency, these are the larger screws for the plastic housing components. But everything needs to be tightened down. This is where we have the robot. So the robot now does the small, tiny micro screws that you can see here. These are very difficult to do by hand. Each machine runs through by about 15 seconds to do all the screws. Then it moves calibrated for both device types.
You can tighten it again. This one. Very good.
Okay. Your Excellency, another visual check that all the screws are in place and there's nothing loose from a phone perspective. We then test, these are test batteries. So we put in the batteries and SIM cards because there are a series of now software tests that need to happen. Which starting here is the
SIM card near testing.
Testing.
Okay.
Yes. It doesn't go out to the phone. And there's a point we recollect them at the back there. Okay. So this tests the pin and the software actually starts up from a phone perspective. This then goes into a specific set of tests that are set up by the software. So maybe, madam, you can explain the tests.
Check whether the version this phone is using is the current one.
Okay.
Yes, and then the RF Kali test is for the antenna. You check whether the
antenna is working.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
working. And the RTC is for time.
Yes.
Whether the time in the system is running correctly. Yeah.
Okay.
The whole series of tests. Your Excellency, they test the voice that is actually working. This gentleman here probably has a record for the most selfies in the country, so he tests every phone that the camera is actually working. From a camera and recording perspective. The tests continue, handset tests, what passes, what fails, that the headphone is working. Exactly.
Very good.
Your Excellency, as we head towards the end of the tests, you can see now this is where we take out and they get recycled back for use on that end. Same with the for testing. That's correct, Your Excellency. And then we do one more set of tests here. So we put in temporarily a battery just to test that the antenna and the GSM is working. All right. And then, Your Excellency, more component. Now the lenses. Look at the back of your phone. The tiny little black round things are here. This is the glass cover, the glass protector you have on top of it. And then this lastly is some last circuitry around the buttons that you press on the sides. Once it's ready here, Your Excellency, it then now moves into quality control, which will show you doing the same thing, Your Excellency. So Your Excellency, so all the materials. Yeah, So all the materials. Once they're ready, these now move on for testing. So the packing line starts here. So from the assembly, it goes into quality control, and we'll show you quality control in a moment. Okay.
Please, let's just allow one.
Ladies and gentlemen, bear with us as we try to re-establish a link with the inside of the plant tour. Right now, the president is heading to the packaging line where he will engage with a factory worker who will give their testimonial on how their working experience at Eadak has been so far.
So anyone, any company can tell us to produce for them. You get so that so when you are talking about land, you are a bit hesitant because which marks out of 10. Yes. It is magnetic. Yes. Very good. Mpaka ifike mwisho eh? Hata hii kufikisha mwisho eh. Haya. Hapa. In speaker. In speaker. Yeah, in speaker. Sasa tunaweka positive hapa na negative hapa hizi side. Sasa tunaichomelea. Tunaichomelea hapa. Okay. Tunaichomelea leo tunatumia na hii. Oh, unaweka soldering hapo hapo? Tunaweka soldering hapo. Then tunaisolder. Basi iko tayari. Iko tayari. Haya, sawa.
The packaging line. So My colleague here, Karanja, will take you through the packaging line.
Very good.
Yes. So just before the packaging line, so all the devices go into quality control just to make sure they're running fine. From quality control, you will take that everything is working, and they come back here into packaging. So, Karanja.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. It is a pleasure hosting you in this packaging area. We don't just package phones, we information. With me is from Kinyi.
Hello, Rueda, how are you?
Very good. And these are the factory engineers, Leo and David.
Very good.
So, Rueda, why don't you explain to the President who is here and what we do?
Your Excellency, welcome to the packaging department. As you can see, we have boxes. These are just not boxes.
Why are these ones enclosed?
I will come to that in a minute. Yeah.
So we are boxes. Version. We have about 68 staff. Among them, 30 are women, and I am the team leader here. And we are very much delighted to host you today.
Thank you. Your Excellency, here at the packaging line, we have 10 different processes. And here you'll be able to see these 27 processes are in 3 broad categories. You have first and foremost IMEI identification. The second aspect is the preparation of the phone, and then the third aspect, we package the phone. So 3 key broad sections. Here, what these gentlemen are doing is they're encoding the unique identifier for the phones. It's a 15-digit code, an international number that is unique.
Okay.
It is encoded into these devices. We then print that code to the devices. That's what's happening here. And once it's encoded, we also encode the Wi-Fi number and the Bluetooth number. That way, if you're on any Wi-Fi, again, you're able to identify that particular phone. After that, the phone is then now ready to be prepared for packaging. The area over there, as you had asked, once the phone is now encoded and ready to be packaged, we first and foremost put a protective film to ensure that the phone when it comes out of that room, it comes out with this finishing. Very nice, smooth finishing, and that's why they have to be in that dust-free, humid area. If we may proceed, now I'll show you how we package the devices. As you can see, we are printing. This is where now the IME printing happens. We put about 8 different accessories in this device.